Alright guys, just letting it load up. How's everyone doing? Let's give it a few minutes. Alright Tom? Alright Kay? How you doing fella? How's your day been? Alright Emily? Alright Georgie? What's everyone been up to? How's everyone finding lockdown? Alright Ant? Been looking forward to this all day. Alright Liv, you alright babes? Having a good week in isolation. Yeah, well today I've obviously been in isolation because it's lockdown, but I've just popped out to the shops to try and get a little bit of food. Hi Bob, how are you? Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thank you. I was just saying, so I've been out to grab a little bit of food, and so did someone say that? Can you say hi to my son Tommy? Hi Tommy, you alright? Hi boy, big shout out to all the supermarket as well done to NHS. Absolutely. Day 5 of lockdown over here in Mauritius. How is it in Mauritius? Are you on lockdown as well? So I went to the supermarket. I went to Tesco's today. The last couple of times I've managed to get out over the course of however long it's been, a week or so, has been to Sainsbury's, which has been just close to empty. And I think I spoke too soon. I got into Tesco's and I was like, oh my gosh, there's actually quite a bit of stuff in here in terms of fruit and veg and stuff like that, which is good. But then I got to the meat aisle. I got a little bit confident. I thought, oh, there's going to be chicken. I'm going to be able to load up and get all the meats in. Again, bare bones. Managed to get 1 pack of mince. And that's kind of it in terms of the meat. But I managed to get myself some stir-fry stuff. Got a couple of chicken breasts already, which I've got out. So I'm doing a stir fry tonight. So I thought I'm going to do like a little bit of a cook along. So, how's everyone's day been? Talk to me. How are you all finding lockdown? All right, Chris. Lockdown in London is terrible. People are so selfish. Well, if we're going to talk about selfishness, I can't quite believe. I mean, most people was quite on the ball with it when it come to the whole social distancing thing, must admit. But there was a few people in Tesco's that just genuinely was just walking around, wandering around, walking up like there's no problem. So I'm stood back waiting for people to finish. There was some lady on her phone looking away while she was stood by the yoghurts. I thought, well, I really want a yoghurt, so I stood there 2-3 minutes, which don't sound long, but it's quite a while when you can see what you want to pick up and put into your trolley. UK government, corona alert, new rules in force now, you must stay at home. I've had a text from the government telling me to stay at home. Has anyone else had a text from the government? So where was I? So yeah, I could see what I wanted to buy, wanted to just throw it into the trolley, and waited, then she got off her messenger, then got on the phone, started phoning people. I thought, what are you doing, phoning a friend? Anyway, long story short, we got there in the end and I managed to get the yoghurt. But the moral of that was that some people just had no concept of kind of not trying to get so close. There was a lovely girl in the supermarket. She came over to me. She was like, hi, you're right, Bobby. Just want to say, absolutely love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thank you. And was just like loving like the trolling thing, congratulations, getting back into Parliament and going through with that in the trend to troll and all that. And she was like, yeah, should we have a selfie? And I was like, yeah, of course we can. But she knew I was kind of standing back and she was standing back, so she was using her head. We knew we couldn't get too close, so I went, let's do a social distancing selfie. So I was kind of stood quite a bit further back, like the 2 metres away, kind of getting in. And you can make it work. So if we use our common sense here, we can still get by in life. We can still do selfies if we've got a 2 metre gap. So it was really nice to have a couple of people come over and talk about it, like loving what we're doing. in terms of the lives. A lot of people are loving these lives. And also, thank you so much. There's so much love and support for my End the Trend to Troll. Like, I'm so glad that we're kind of getting to a point now where I'm getting so many people on board that are supporting it. It just makes me feel confident that I am going to make change with this. So, thank you for that, because you guys supporting me really, really does help and makes a difference. Can anyone let me know if we can still go for a walk? Yeah, I went for a walk yesterday, hun, before we went on to lockdown. I think we're still allowed. You're allowed, I think, 1 a day, and that's classed as your exercise. But literally, you can only go out once. I didn't go for my walk. I've just literally run into Tesco's and grabbed a few bits with Matt. But at least even that breaks up being in the 4 walls. Because after X amount of days on... what's it called, self-isolation, and then lockdown for the last 24 hours. But yeah, I just got to a point where I was a little bit kind of, yesterday, and I think we all kind of knew, it was all hearing rumours that lockdown was approaching, and I thought, do you know what, I just needed to get out. And it's typical, do you know what I mean? Like, literally, the minute you're kind of at home and not able to go out or not able to just live your day-to-day life, the sun comes out, the sun was shining through the window, it looked beautiful. But I'd longed it out. I was working yesterday a bit. I recorded my podcast. For those who don't know, me and Liv do a podcast. And it's, I think we've released our 8th episode last week. It comes out every Thursday, so it's, if you search Lelo, Lelo, and it's called Come Together. It isn't for children to listen to. It's of adult nature, so I'm sure you can imagine, with a title called Come Together as well. But it's such a great podcast. We have such a laugh doing it. And honestly, whilst we're all in isolation and on lockdown, I can't recommend it enough. And if you've got kids at home, it's definitely one to put your headphones in and listen to. But yeah, it's a great little listen. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. So check that out. Let me try and do a little... Are you still with Matt? I am, yeah. He's just upstairs at the minute. So what's everyone had for their dinner? That's it, yeah, Lelo. It's an adult toy brand. Yeah, so me and Liv do a podcast with them. Done 8 episodes. Recorded another one yesterday. That one will go out. That one goes out Thursday. Obviously, we're recording them from home, so we started... The first one we done at home was yesterday, and then we'll be doing next week's at home, obviously, because we can't get out and about to get to the studio that we normally use. But you can imagine the laugh and the absolute bants that we have. Let's just grab a water, 1 second, guys. Baby! Excuse my dog, she's letting me know she's here. Like, I mean, the smallest dog in the world, but potentially the loudest. What am I doing? I'll start cooking my stir fry up. So what is everyone up to? How are we all getting through and finding self-isolation and lockdown? Some of you might know, if you tuned into my live earlier, or if you've seen my most recent post on Insta, that me and Saf have started, like, we've been doing lives now for a good week, because it's helping you guys get through this self-isolation that we've all been in, or a lot of us was doing, and now obviously now it's lockdown. We've had so many messages saying it's really helping, that I said to Steph, you know, let's go one step further and actually make it an actual page and really make it a little, it's basically a hub. So it's our virtual hub where you can come to, I mean, we're still going to be doing stories on our personal ones, but this is going to be like somewhere for everyone to come to. We're going to obviously discuss a lot of mental health, how we're coping being at home and not being able to get out and about. I've been quite open in the past about my mental health. Steph won't mind me saying she's touched upon it herself. So we're going to talk about how it's affecting us, because I think even people who don't suffer with anxiety generally, prior to all this, I've heard of a lot of people that are suffering now, because, well, it's just a really scary time we're living in. And the going day to day without knowing, and let's face it, it's not even just day to day, sometimes it's hour to hour, we don't know. Talking of that, actually, well, we'll come back to that in a minute, but I've not seen or heard anything about what the Prime Minister said today, so I'd be interested to hear about that, so we can discuss that in a minute. But yeah, back to the hub and the page. So the idea is that it's somewhere to come to listen to lives. There's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 lives a day. At least once a day we're going to have a different celeb guest, so we're going to be interviewing them, and we want your help with that, really. So tag away and let us know what celebrities you want us to be speaking to, firstly. And secondly, once we know, so say for instance we had X, Y or Z on tomorrow, let's say Adele. I mean, it isn't Adele. I'd love Adele to be on, but I've lost her number. So say Adele was coming on tomorrow for an interview, we would say to you on our night one, because we always do a night one just before we both go to bed, we'd say, right, Adele's coming on tomorrow, what do you want to ask her? Can you give us some questions? And really, it's basically going to be like you interviewing your favourite celebs and stuff. So really hoping that a lot of the celebs that we know are going to get involved. I spoke to a couple already, and I'm sure a lot of my friends and stuff like that will be more than happy to jump on, because it's such a good cause, and let's face it, it's not like everyone's at work, so no one has any excuse. And we just think it'll be a really nice thing for everyone to do. So I'm just washing my hands. Actually, no, I've got juice first. Just think it'd be really nice for everyone to kind of have this page to go to, because as I say, everyone's so been loving the lives we've been doing for a week that it just made sense to actually make it an actual page. And it's really helping me and Saf. So I've had so many messages, as I say, saying thank you so much. You're really helping me during self-isolation and during lockdown. You're curing the boredom, you're taking my anxiety away. But as much as we're helping you, you're helping us. So thank you as much as you're thanking us. So yeah, that's really exciting. So we literally only just launched that page today. I'm going to, as I say, if you look at my last post, there is a tag in there, there's a post about it, just explaining what we're going to be doing and what it's all about. But the handle is at Isolation with the Nation, and we will be, as I say, talking to different celebrities, interviewing them. Not just celebrities, we're going to be talking to a lot of you guys. We want to be going live with you. we're going to be doing quizzes, Q&As. It is literally a one-stop virtual hub to come to. And everyone would really want you to get involved in it. Because you've helped us so much, and it seems like we're helping you. So if we can all help each other, surely that's what it's all about. Because it is scary. Let's be honest, I'm not too proud or embarrassed to admit it. I find it really scary and daunting, what we're going through at the minute, not knowing what's happening. I've never lived through anything like this in my life, where we're being told that we're allowed to go out for one walk a day and we're not allowed to leave our houses and stuff like that. It is, if we're honest, to me it's a little bit terrifying. So we really want you to interact with that, so we want to know exactly what content you want to see as well. So obviously I do a varied amount of content on this as my main page, but and we want to get a mixture going on over there, so we will be touching upon the mental health. We are going to be, but it's not going to be fully corona heavy. So if even the word is giving you anxiety now, I don't want you to think that the whole thing's just about that, because actually it's just going to be a positive place, and we don't really want it to be a trigger for anyone. And ultimately, we're taking something positive out of a really negative situation, let's face it. So, and that's what I'm about in life. I literally think, you know what do they say? When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So, yeah, the situation is crap. There's no absolutely denying that. It's crap. But from a crap situation, we're going to take something positive, and we're building a community. We're getting each other through it. So yeah, as well as on here doing my cooking stuff, because I've had a lot of messages even prior to, because it's only today we've set up this account. I was like just putting out in lives and interacting with you guys, and a lot of you have said that you want to see more of my cooking stuff, and telling me stuff you want to see as content, which is amazing. And for me, moving forward with the at Isolation with the Nation page, we want it to just be somewhere that you can come in and just zone out. And it's going to be one of them places that even, like I do on my main page, if you miss one of my lives, because I'm doing quite a few a day, if you miss them, I save them. If there was a way of me saving them and keeping them up longer than a day, I would, but literally they get deleted again after 24 hours. It's basically like a story, isn't it? But I save them and share them where you would go to watch my stories. So always click on there, because there's always every day going to be lives to play back. So yeah, if you miss one, if you're working, I know I've got a lot of NHS staff that follow me and a lot of key workers and stuff like that. I don't want you to miss out just because you're still having to work, bless you. And let's face it, if it wasn't for you, it's you lot that are keeping the country going. You guys that work in the NHS, in the hospitals, you working in the supermarkets, delivery people, the ones that are still delivering food, Royal Mail, parcels, like, you guys have still got it hard. You're still out and about, so it's not fair for you to miss them. So you can just come back again to my personal page here. You can always look at my lives. They'll be saved for as long as they possibly can. I believe it's 24 hours. And the same with at Isolation for the Nation. And yeah, some cooking stuff over there as well, because I think I've said a few times, not sure if it's been on lives, and sorry if some of you have missed some lives or heard some. There might be certain things you hear once or twice the same. But for me, cooking really does help with my anxiety, and it just helps me with my head. So when I'm cooking, it just helps me. It just helps me a little bit. Same with cleaning, and I also now get it through gym and whilst I'm training, and that's one of the biggest fears I've got, actually, because I've got so used to training now, and it's so good for my head. Sorry, just pause there because of connection. Is anyone else finding lately, I'm sure it's because everyone's just using their phones and on the internet, but my internet is so much weaker over the last week or so, and I wonder if that's because everyone's using it. Kind of the same with my Netflix. I've been struggling with a bit, but I'm trying not to watch too much Netflix because I've got hardly, well, there's so much to watch, so it's a bit of exaggeration, so I've got hardly anything left. But yeah, I'm almost saving that for, well, if God forbid it becomes longer than 3 weeks or something. And that's another reason why I'm really a big believer in this at isolation with the nation, is because I think as much as TV's good, and let's face it, I'm not knocking it because I work in it, telly's my job, but in a situation like this, especially where we're isolated, I believe that interaction, even if it's virtually, is important. And people who live alone, or people who have got children and they're like single parents, or there's not the company there for them during this time, it's so important to have that contact with someone and adult communication, and to have time to be yourself and not just mum or dad. So, oh Saf, I've just seen you. Sorry babes, I'm just doing my food. 2 seconds, let me finish this and I'll add you in. Request yourself on. Did you want to jump on, Saf? I'm just talking about the new page and everything. Right, 2 seconds, guys. Let me just wash my hands again. Also, is anyone else hands so sore from washing and washing and washing? Literally. Right, Seth, I'm coming. 2 secs. Requested, alright. This is another level.
Hello.
Alright, babe.
What are you doing, cooking?
Yeah, just cooking. What about you?
Yeah, I'm just going to start my dinner now.
What are you doing?
A prawn stir fry. What are you doing?
I'm doing a stir fry as well. How funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What stir fry?
I'm doing a chicken and bacon stir fry.
Oh, lovely. I couldn't get none of that. There was nothing in the supermarket.
I'll show you guys what we've got so far. This is where we're at so far.
I'm just trying to
The
balance.
bacon stage. Got to do a little cook along for you. Sorry, Seth.
Sorry, I was just balancing myself, but that light tonight.
So how was Tesco's for you? We tried to do a double live, guys.
Voila! I've got the angle.
We was trying to do a double live. I was over on our other page, the Isolation with the Nation, but some point Saf said the sound went, didn't it?
Yeah, the sound went, so I had to leave. It kept freezing.
I don't know why it went. I don't know if there's something I've done there. I'll have to look on the settings.
How much I love you. What time are we doing our live tonight before bed? Well, we're going to do this one. We'll cook together.
Yeah, we're going to do a cook along, and then yeah, we'll do our night. What time is it now? Yeah, we normally do it about probably be about 9, half 9, maybe 9ish. Yeah, 9, half 9. Yeah, I mean, there's no exact time. What time do you guys like to see? What time do you all generally go to bed? That's a good question, actually. I'm always intrigued what time people go to bed.
Oh, thanks, guys. They're lovely messages. Yeah, what time is everyone cooking now? Have you ate? I'm cooking a prawn stir fry. Putting my prawns in.
I've got a lovely prawn stir fry recipe over on my page, chef.
Have you?
Yeah.
Can you hear the music?
What is it?
No, it's smooth on the background.
So sad. Oh, where's she gone? So add a little bit of garlic.
Sorry, I have to have a bit of music on, guys. Right.
That's all right. Don't apologise. I was just telling them all about the new page we've set up, Seth.
Yeah, isolation with the nation. I was just doing a live from it with Georgia.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of interest on there, so we've got a lot of people have followed us off that. And okay. Georgia said she'll be a guest.
Does she? Yeah, because I was telling them that we're gonna do like a celebrity interview every day. So yeah.
Yeah, so her and Tom are gonna jump on, I think, for a Q&A.
Wicked. Yeah, we'll do a little interview with them. It'd be good. A little goss, see how they're doing and keeping in touch and dealing with all this.
What I really feel like doing.
Sorry?
What I really feel like doing.
Yeah.
Put my prawns on.
So guys, what did everyone have for dinner? I was asking in Tesco's this is the thing, when you start hearing about others' food though, it starts making you hungry. Someone was saying I was doing a chicken curry which sounded amazing. Everything everyone suggested sounded amazing, to be fair. I'm just getting the old seasoning, trying. So has everyone gone over and followed the page?
Yeah, you all following the page? We're on our own ones at the minute, but one of us will go on it for the next live.
Yeah, I'll go on to it this evening. We'll do our live. I'll do a live from there, and you can request to join in. And yeah, literally, guys, just message us.
Just tell them about the page again, because there's about 10 people that are asking. In a nutshell. Right.
So basically, in a nutshell, me and Saf today have created. For the last week, we've been doing Instagram lives, and it's really been helping you from the messages we've both been receiving during this really difficult time with self-isolation and now obviously lockdown. A lot of you have found it so useful to kind of be getting interactive with us, talking, just somewhere to kind of group in, kind of thing. So I said to Saf earlier, it got me thinking. I was like, do you know what? Let's take this one step further and make a page. So we have, and it's called Sorry, I've got terrible acid.
Have you?
Oh, sorry, guys.
At Isolation with the Nation is the handle. And that's it. Someone's just commented. Thanks a lot for that. And if you all follow that, then our lives will be going from there and from one of our personal accounts. But as Bobby said,
yeah, Isolation with the Nation. Sorry, guys, I had a little bit of acid there. So yeah, it's basically it's a hub we want it to be like a virtual hub where everyone comes together. There's going to be multiple lives a day. Like we've both been doing so many lives individually on our personal pages and getting involved together. So there's probably going to be 4 to 6 lives a day, possibly. Like, literally from the minute we wake up to when we're falling asleep. It's just almost, imagine it, as well as a virtual hub, it's almost like a TV channel on Instagram. So it's gonna be like having your own. It's basically, yeah, it's a TV channel really, but
it's like mini little cameras with us.
With us, so it's gonna be like our own little show, really, I suppose, in a way, because you're going to be having chats with us. You're going to be seeing what we're doing.
Where Cowie's not on at the minute.
Our interacting.
This is our interactive you're going to get with us.
Cooking, talking, being really honest. We're going to do questions and answers. We're going to do quizzes. So it's really hard to kind of, I suppose that's the best way. Am I explaining it right, would you say, Seth?
Yeah, so it's literally going to be a virtual hub where obviously we will have a lot of ideas behind what we're going to talk about, who we're going to speak to on there, but we'd love your ideas shared as well, and then we'll just roll with it. I mean, not every day is going to be planned, but we have no plans at the minute, guys. So we'll come on in the morning, hello Juicy Julie, and then it'll go from there. But definitely the hot topic, I suppose, we're getting many messages about mental health, so I think that's one of the first ones we'll do.
Mental health. I've had a lot of messages about the trolling and my
the trolling.
So we're going to touch upon that.
So Bobby will explain all his trolling people, and how he's going to move forward with it, and then we'll go cover mental health. Both of us know a lot about it and how it. We can all sit here and say we've suffered or suffering, but it's the tools that are going to help you through at this time. And if that's one thing that we can help one person, I know when I've suffered, that little bit of help has gone so far to me. So I know that giving it back to someone will go miles.
100%.
Sorry, so we'll do a bit of self-care. I bought a 1,000-piece puzzle.
Oh, do you want to see what I bought?
What you bought?
I bought this today in Tesco's.
Oh, word searches. I love them.
So yeah, basically,
we could do an interactive word search, Bob. You can just turn the camera around and people write what they can say.
Yeah, it's everything that's going to be here, guys. Honestly, it really is going to it's just that place to go. It's uncertain times, it's scary times. No one knows what's happening from one day to the next, let's face it. So it just seems right. And because it's helping so many people, we was both doing it on our personal pages, we thought, why not actually make it? Let's take it to the next level. So that's what we're doing, and we're so glad it's helping so many of you, because it really is. Sorry, my cooking, I can't cook on this because of the hob. I can't cook, I can't chop, but it's really helping myself and Seth, and it's helping so many of you. So to me, it's a no-brainer to just keep going with it. So please, every single person. Yeah, good, thank you, babe. Every single person who's watching this, please go over. Like, once this live finishes, don't leave the live, obviously, because you don't want to miss the chat. But get over there at Isolation with the Nation, and let's build up our community. Let's all get following. Let's get sharing. Everyone on your story, please post it. It's really important because there's so many people, and it's not just for people feeling down or feeling lonely and stuff during this time. That's great for that. So if you know someone that's suffering, reach out to them. Put it in all your WhatsApp groups. Let's face it, we've all got WhatsApp groups with various people. Tell everyone to get onto Instagram and follow it. Ask people that are suffering to follow it, because even if they haven't got the confidence, or they feel low and they're having a bad day and they don't feel like they want to go live with us or even communicate on the comment chat, sometimes just watching something is good for people's mind. Also, even if you can't physically sit and watch it like that, because you might be doing the washing, you might be doing the ironing, you might be looking after the kids, or you're cleaning or whatever. You can have it on, propped up against the side or just on the side, and just listen. Sometimes even background noise. I know personally, because I live alone, generally, that background noise, I find it really fun. I like having things on just in the background. So it's so helpful for people. But the most important, I mean, there's so many important things about it, but the most important thing is we don't want anyone to feel judged. So anyone over there, there's no negativity there, there's no judging. Everyone, you can just be yourself and talk from the heart. We want no haters, no trolls.
Do you know what I'd love to do, Bob, at the end of all of this, when we come out of this situation, I don't know what you call it, situation, bad nightmare. I think that one day we will all meet and do a meet and greet with you.
Oh, definitely. Well, you know what I've got the plans we spoke about, that kind of thing. I think we can double up for this as well.
Yeah, 100%. It will.
So, guys, as well as obviously following the handle at Isolation with the Nation, please also follow at End the Trend to Troll, and it's number 2. And that's where you're going to think, because they all go hand in hand, the mental health, the trolling, the being kind. These stick together perfectly. This is what I'm about, and that's why I'm passionate, and I've put everything into both of these things. I'm not one of these people that just jumps on bandwagons. You know what I mean? Like,
Bobby's had a lot of experience. Obviously, he's been a victim of trolling. He has got driven a passion through and supported so many people. And with my aspects on it, I'm not just jumped on the bandwagon like the blonde Essex girl. My background is through mental health and social services, was my job before. So I helped a lot of people, family support worker, which were in terrible, challenging circumstances. But now we're dealing with a worldwide one.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a different scale, but I know the likes of people not having enough food, people not accessing finances, people being discriminated because of the way they look, what race they are. It goes on and on and on. Domestic violence. We've got a lot of background knowledge. It ain't just that we're rolling up going, oh yeah, we know this, we know that.
No.
Neither of us know everything, but we do. One thing I know we know certain is how to make people's lives better.
Definitely, 100%. And that's that says I've been doing my trolling thing now for well over a year. Again, been speaking about it very openly. Back when even people was embarrassed to speak about it, but I've never felt the shame in it. I thought, if I can't speak about it and use my voice, what chance have other people got? So that's why I've been so passionate about it. Hence why I've been to Downing Street about it. I've already been to Houses of Parliament, I've been to the House of Commons, and thankfully, I've been asked to return.
Which is brilliant.
Which is absolutely amazing. Obviously, it was just before this pandemic broke, so that's obviously got to be put on the back burner because of everything. And the country needs to sort this first, but it's definitely being looked at. It's going to be debated again. So I will, once I've got the date, keep you posted. That's why it's so important that you follow that in the Trend to Troll, because the minute I know any information, and I'll let you know when I'm going back to Parliament and when I'm debating this with the MPs, I want to take you guys with me. Like, we're on this journey together. So, oh, she gone. If you see her join the group again, guys, will you let me know? If my eyes start watering, I'm not getting a mosh, I'm doing onions. Was you nervous, Bob? What about, sorry, going to Houses of Commons? Could me and my son George have a shout out? Of course you can. Shout out to Chloe and Georgie. So yeah, it's definitely, it's something that's just so close to my heart. Obviously, like Saf said, it's very close to her heart. Like, she won't mind me saying, oh, she's back now. I was just saying, Saf, you don't mind me saying, you've touched upon it like I have in the past. We've both suffered and do with mental health, like my anxiety and
I
stuff
mean,
like that.
we can be very brutally honest on our isolation with the nation page, but I think we'll do an announcement when we talk about mental health, because I could go so into it, but
We just don't want it to be a trigger for
I've
people.
done the medical way, the pharmaceutical way, and I've done the holistic way, and I've suffered probably for about 8 years. But I think that if you have anxiety, you can be anxious from a child.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. It doesn't even have to be that anything's happened. That is just sometimes your makeup, and sometimes you're a worrier.
Well, that is the thing about anxiety. 9 times out of 10, nothing's ever happened.
No.
That's the annoying thing.
Whereas now, where this is a massive trigger, people are feeling it because they have something there to focus on.
Yeah.
But you can be anxious about going down to the shop. Be anxious about going to sleep at night. People, I mean, we've all been there. Trust me.
But most importantly, like I was saying, it's a place where you can all come and be honest. We can all be open. We'll all just be honest about things. We get each other through it. No one's judging no one. We're all going through the same thing at the moment. We're all in the same boat. And now more than ever in life, does anything, we're all equals. For like, everything's just like, if you think about it, it's such a strange time. As in, when I say that, we're in a time where we're all just dependent on getting through day by day and just not knowing what the next day holds. And none of us are immune from this crazy time, and it doesn't matter. Like,
and that's the thing, it doesn't matter. People could say, like, oh, for instance, like people say, oh, have you washed your hands enough? Have you washed your hands enough? Now, someone might say, well, yeah, I have, like, leave me alone. But that person doesn't realise that it's the anxiety talking and the fear. You don't want to be like that. It all of a sudden, the panic takes over, and these things that you know in your head that could be coping mechanisms and safety blankets, you start doing a lot of, which then triggers the OCD. There's a lot of, it's complex mental health, isn't it, really?
very.
How's your stir fry getting on, Bob?
Going good, but I've just had in my onions. Do you know what I've just seen? I've got 8% battery. I'm going to quickly run and get my charger before it dies.
Don't worry, no one else is eating this. All right, Bob, should we go? Should we come off of here, eat dinner and come back on? Oh, he's gone. I'm talking to no one. Yeah, don't sit still for too long. But I'm really talking from the art now. I'm going to share my story with you all. I've never talked about it, not while I've been in the public eye anyway. But if you just want to hear it, I'll talk. ASMR, yeah, I've heard about that. I will, and we are going to do the live bowl therapy through isolation with the nation. All right, Bob.
All right, Seth.
I was talking and you went.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was going to go get my charger.
Yeah, I thought you disappeared.
Nah, I ain't left ya.
stir fry. Is it done?
No, so I've added my onions. I was just cooking. I had to cook all the meat first because I'm
Oh,
doing
cool.
chicken and bacon, and I.
Mine's quicker than yours.
Yeah, mine's takes a bit longer.
Just dishing mine up.
Right, so what have I missed? What's going on? Let me try and read some of the comments.
I think tonight we'll talk about our best tips of keeping sanity in this situation we're in indoors, because a lot of people are asking what can we do to keep occupied, and that is the main purpose of the page. We will share all of that. We're going to share our knowledge. It's only been a learning curve for us, because obviously we was meant to be at work as well, and usually we're a lot more busier. Yeah. So, as much as our recommendations, obviously we're all the community. We'd like you to make friends out of this group. You know, that you can check in with after all this, or as long as this goes on for. Like, you might make a friend for life from the community. Yeah, 100%. And just, you know, someone that you can chat to or say, how are you doing? Like me and Bobby, we've not got children, but I can imagine there's mums out there that are, or dads that are on their own maybe, that have got children that haven't got any other adult to talk to, and there could be another person in the same situation. Definitely. And I like to think as well, once this all ends, that we've built up such a community and such a hub that we'll just keep this going anyway, because this can just become a place. Oh yeah. We're like a little, as cringe as it is, and as little cheese on toast. We're going to be a family, and I already feel like we kind of got to that level a little bit. Like I said, the last week I found this so therapeutic for me, and I know Saf has as well. Yeah, it's been like therapy for me. A form of therapy. This is. It's connecting, interacting, and when you suffer with your mental health, one of the known symptoms is you isolate yourself, and we're already isolated, so there's only so much more isolation you can do, or you withdraw and you don't talk to anybody. There are probably people on here that don't talk to people all day long. I've had days where I can't even look at the phone. Oh yeah. Let me just share me dinner. This is my prawn stir fry anyway. Lovely. This is the whole point of isolation for the nation though, Saf, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So let me just plug you back in the front room. These batteries drain with the lives. Yeah, they do. Sorry, so as I was saying, yeah, Bob, everyone's asking about our personal stories, but I said that, like, hello, Sarah Jane. The Jace is in bed. I'm leaving him up there. I can't have the singing tonight. But what I'm saying, sorry, I've just cut myself short of saying hello to my friend. Me and Bobby have had both experience, and I think the time and the place is not right now to explain it all. No. But we will do a main talk. Oh, there will be a proper sit-down one, not one over there. Proper sit-down one, a proper post, and I will tell you everything. I will bear all as it is. Because when I say we've read the journey, and it's a journey that it does have a light at the end of the tunnel, believe it or not, even if you feel like it don't. It just takes time. Time is a healer, and once you've got them coping mechanisms, they stay with you for life. But it's believing in yourself a bit. Definitely. But it ain't an overnight thing. So don't sit there and think, God, I'm meant to wake up tomorrow, skip around in the shower, put a fresh pair of clothes on, do my hair, do my makeup, go and clean the whole house. The pressure's too much. You ain't got to transform. This isolation period could be just to rejuvenate, you know what I mean? Yeah. And relax. I mean, look, I could tell the last time I blow dry my hair. I'm showering, and then I get out, I leave it wet, I just let it dry naturally. Well, yeah, I had my plaits in, and I've got some sort of like... And whatever it wants to do, it's kind of refreshing to take, and like I was saying earlier, we've got to try and take positives from negative situations. Yeah,
And that's how
and
we
this is a
learn in
massive
general,
positive.
massively. And this for me, it's like to not worry what we look like, to be so happy to go on Instagram live and to talk to all of you, and to not worry about doing it, to not worry about what we look like, to not have these social pressures we put on ourselves so many times. It's a refreshing thing. And as awful as the situation is, I mean, and let's face, there's no denying how bad this is, what's going on. I'd like to think by the end of this, we're going to take things more for grateful, like be more grateful for things. I mentioned on a live earlier in the week, I didn't really ever acknowledge the gratitude we should have to even just walk into a supermarket, and how easy it was to pick up 6 eggs, to pick up a chicken, because that's so become a part of our life that we don't even
We don't think about it. It's programmed.
No.
You don't think. If someone said to you, "Oh, what have you done today?" You would rarely say, "I've done food shopping," because it's the given. Everyone goes food shopping.
Yeah.
But now we're getting to the point where we're saying, "Well, actually, we found a pack of toilet rolls," and there is so many people that are third world countries that can't. They haven't even got water. I mean, we're very, very lucky people. Yes, we're in this terrible situation at the minute. Yes, the people are losing lives, and that's my sadness with this, is that the virus is so bad. But when it comes down to it, if whoever remains healthy and well, and we're all at the minute we're all well as far as we know, we have to try and think of bring positives from this, but at the same time, I don't. On the other end, you ain't got to be jumping up and down. There is going to be bad days, but that's what we need to try and share together and get through together. I mean, even speaking to your mates, I barely ring anyone. Now I'm ringing people. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Sam. The gratitude we're going to have for everyday
But when we
things.
reunite, Bob, in face to face, we're going to feel a passion of Jack and Rose on the Titanic.
Yeah, we will. We'll be running into each other's arms. Presence. Yeah, we will. And that's no joke.
Oh, my cousin was on BBC One today for Queens. My mum's writing in the ear saying that they've run out of masks.
No. But again, this is what upsets me with the stockpiling culture. And again, I'm sorry, and I don't judge people because I know people are doing probably in their head. I don't believe anyone intentionally is trying to be a bad person. But these people that have stripped the shelves of everything and left nothing for no one else, that's not good for our NHS staff, for the elderly that are struggling to even get to a shop, all these everyday things. But then the people that have gone so overboard and gone online and bought every single sanitizer, every mask and every gloves, there's now professions where people can't do their jobs because the companies can't buy the equipment, the PPE, that they need to do their jobs. Some people need masks day in, day out. So for someone to go and buy 1,000 masks to protect your family and friends, again, in your head, you're doing right. There's now nurses that can't get masks, that can't get gloves, that can't.
Bob.
Yeah.
One of the favourite Whitney songs has just come on in the background.
What one?
Take me far. I never changed all my colours for you. I've got the broom. Take my love. I'll never ask for too much. You ready, Bob Frey?
Oh, love a bit of Whitney. Still makes me sad that she's no longer with us.
I'm ready to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you don't follow. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Don't make me close one more
bless her heart. She was amazing, wasn't she? Love her up. One of the most amazing, talented singers ever.
What a talented woman.
Breaks my heart, she ain't here. So there's certain people, I mean, it's all sad when people pass, obviously, but Whitney never really got over it. George Michael never got over it. Amy Winehouse never got over it.
Do you know what I've never got over? I've sizzled my dad's dinner to bits. I've left the stir fry on.
Oh, no.
Dad?
What's it look like?
They're asking where you are for the singing. Your stir fry's ready anyway.
So how was your Tesco, Saf? Bare?
Dire, and I've got some pictures. I've got a couple of videos to put on the isolation with the nation page to show you what the supermarkets are like. Well, my supermarket anyway. You had a bit of a better result, didn't you, Bob?
Yeah, but it's 'cause I think I tried a different supermarket today. I've not been using this one for I've not gone into this one for a while actually, so I might. That might be the one I go to. But they're saying I still couldn't get me. Oh, she's gone.
No, I'm here. I'm here, Bob.
Are you still there? That's all right. I still couldn't really get the meats in that, but I think everywhere's just going to be out of them, to be honest. And I'm going to look.
Best bit.
What's this remind you of? When we went to Thailand, I lived on pad thai. Literally, it's what I ate for 9 days.
Right, I've turned that off. Right, I'm going to have a bit of dinner now. What time should we reconnect?
Are you logging out then? Shall I carry on just while I finish mine?
Yeah.
All right, babes. Reconnect. What time? 8:10. Should we say about what should we say? About 9 o'clock?
9? Yeah.
9 o'clock over on the other page.
All right, I'll see you soon. Lots of love, guys.
Well, Saf, quickly, will you type in the
isolation to the nation?
Will you type it in the comments quickly
Yeah.
for everyone, Saf, please, babe?
Isolation with the... Oh, no. Sorry, guys. There's something wrong with the keypad. Hold on. Don't follow that.
What did you put? Oh, no, yeah, don't follow that.
Isolation with the nation. Please follow the handle I've just put up there. Isolation with the nation. And we are going to be on there shortly, guys. I'm just going to have me stir fry now. Lots of love.
Bye, babe. See you at 9.
Bye.
Right, guys. Just us again. So, has everyone had their dinner? I'm guessing. Has everyone? Is it quite late to be eating? What time do you all eat? Bob chatting to the norm. See you at 9. Love you too. See you later, Lise. Got Whitney in my head now. Yeah, so I'm going to stay just whilst I finish this. So anyone that wants to stay, just chat the next couple of minutes, please do. If not, I'll see you at 9 over on the other page at Isolation with the Nation. But yeah, I think it'd be just nice to just get this community growing.